Guys, welcome back to my channel. If I haven't already known by title of today's video, I will be talking about an in-depth process on how to apply to Ukraine 2021 edition. Yes, so if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, watch it to the end. I beg you, watch it to the end. You see, I'm not smiling. Please watch it to the end. Thank you. Thank you for clicking on this video and for even considering it. I really appreciate it. Please enjoy. So the first thing I will be talking about is how you should start off your admission. First, I will recommend you do your own research on the schools that you are intrigued about, or their history or their performance and something like that. So if you are finally setting on a school, next second thing you need is an agent. So when you get an agent, you have to consult your agent whether the school or you're choosing is a very good option, especially if you're considering things like budget, location, standard of education. Like I said, you have to do your research because you have to work hand in hand with your agent. So he's not only doing the work, you have to do your research, what you would prefer, so you can tell him, because your agent might bring another that you might not prefer. So you have to tell him the categories of what you are looking for, categories of schools you are looking for, or what particular course you want to study, stuff like that. So you just have to do your research in general. The main reason why I say you need an agent, because countries like Ukraine in Europe, you need an agent to process your admission, because most agents registers with schools here, and if they register with schools here, the schools mostly deal with the agents. Like agents have a very high hold, like a very high authority, I would say, in Ukraine. So imagine you trying to apply through the website and you expect the schools to answer you when one agent is bringing like 100 students. So what are your chances? Only if God is at work. I'm not saying God can work for you, but I'm trying to say, like, what are your chances getting inside here? Zero to none. Exactly. So you need an agent because you have higher chance of getting an admission in Ukraine. Next now says prepare your documents. Get all your documents complete. When you submit all your documents complete. And the thing I'll advise you through my own experiences, I had a little issue with my document because my name, I had issue with name. That's why I will also say, let your name, since you were born, be the same thing. Like all your documents should bear that same name. If it's Nkechi Chukuma Rose, let it be Nkechi Chukuma Rose. Rose should not be exempted. Not that some of your documents will be Nkechi Chukuma Rose, then some will be Nkechi Chukuma, or some will be Rose Chukuma, or some will be Rose Nkechi. No, let them all have one name, because it will affect you. The thing almost affected me getting denied of my visa. So it's very serious. Let your document have one name. If your documents don't have one particular name, go and reapply for all of them. Like, go and change all the names on the documents. Go and reapply for all of them, and change your name. If it's your WAEC that have one particular name, just use your WAEC based name and change the rest. If your date of birth, if it's your NECO, something like that, just change it. Let your name be the same. Let it be consistent. That is what I will say. The next thing I say, so when you are submitting your documents, you will need to submit your WAEC or your NECO, depending on which one that is best, that is good for you. Your WAEC or your NECO, or your WAEC or your NECO. Then you need to submit your school, primary school leaving certificate. Then you need to submit your date of birth. So these are the three main documents I submitted. But my agent requested for my SS1 to SS3 results. So yeah. The next thing I would also say is wait. You have to wait. Why do I mean wait? So when your agent has applied to your school, if you get the admission, if the school is impressed by your performance, the school will issue to you invitation letter. An invitation letter as sent in the original printed document, the original printed paper, and the original printed form. So when the school has printed and prepared your invitation letter, which is a very key and essential document because you need that to apply for your student visa. So before they will send it, they will prepare your invitation letter, and when they are sending this, they are either sending through DHL or FedEx. I don't know which one, which shipping company your agent work, but mine will work with DHL, and DHL might take 3 to 1 week, 3 to 7 days before it arrives in Nigeria. So again, I'm talking about Nigeria, but this can also be applied to other African nations. So when the thing arrives, your agent will now so when your invitation letter arrives, your agent will use your invitation letter to apply for your student visa. All this is just the agent's underground work. You are not doing anything. You're just waiting till your agent say, okay, come this day, come next day, come this day, submit this document. You need to have so passports, go and snap so passports. Just prepare. Anything your agent says you should prepare, just prepare it. So when your invitation letter arrives, so agent to use it to apply for the embassy. So when they have applied for the embassy, they apply through a website. I think VFS something website. So in Ukrainian, to apply for Ukrainian visa is actually quite different for applying for other country visa. Some countries, they won't tell you you need to go to embassy direct. Some will award you visa on arrival. Some will tell you, okay, if you do your interview in VSS, yeah, okay. Some will tell you, okay, just pay for visa guarantee, yeah, okay. So different country, different policy. That's why I said you need to consult with your agent on which country you are actually applying for. Like I said, this is mainly for Ukraine. So after your agent has applied for your visa, the embassy will allocate a date for your interview. So Ukraine interview is not all that easy. There's this place called VSS, and it's located in Abuja. It's not located in Lagos. So even people that are applying from Lagos or any other state, you must come to Abuja to do your interview, because Ukraine embassy is also located in Abuja. So when you first go to VFS, you pay for visa guarantee. That one is mandate. So you're going to submit your documents in VSS, all your documents. By that time, you will submit your invitation letter, all the results, all the whole documents for your school that has been legalized already by your agent. Yes, your agent will legalize the documents in the embassy for you to be able to travel with those documents abroad. So you go and submit, including your passport, your international passport. So you submit all this to VSS as well as paying for visa guarantee. So for Ukraine, to apply for Ukraine visa, you must pay visa guarantee for student visa, not tourist visa. Student visa, you must pay visa guarantee, and it's not a constant price. Maybe today it might change, tomorrow it might reduce. I cannot say how much I paid, because I cannot say, okay, I'm putting a label, and if your agent perhaps say you should pay this, and that's like, oh, you heard Treasure say it's this price, and this Treasure did not say anything. Please, I don't know how much they send their standard there. Besides, it's not as if your agent is the one paying for you. Only you and you alone are allowed to enter inside the Ukrainian embassy office, especially because of COVID-19 protocols. So it's only you alone, and you need your ATM card because you are paying electronically. So that's how. So you have to just pay like that. So that's the thing. So after you finish you will finish with VFS. VFS will allocate the time when you can go to Ukrainian embassy. Yes, they will allocate. Now VFS is different. Ukraine have an office there, but it is not Ukrainian embassy. Like I'm making mention now. I'm trying to put emphasis. So when you are done VFS will give you a receipt for your payment and the time when you are meant to go to Ukrainian embassy. For example, I went to VSS when I was applying by 9 o'clock. After the whole process and submitting my whole document, they gave me a receipt and the time I'm meant to leave for the embassy. So I had an appointment in the embassy by 1 o'clock. So I left VFS, then because I left. I finished my process around 9:30, so I still had enough time. So I just roamed about the area. Let's say I went to a restaurant or something before I went by 11 o'clock for my interview at the embassy. So when you get to so when you get for your interview, you don't need all your documents because they'll give you some, but they'll take, like, it's not all the documents they will request for, but they will request for the main documents in VFS. So when you go with your remaining documents and your receipts, and when you reach the embassy, they'll call rounds, like names. So because you already registered for student applied sorry you already applied for student visa, they'll just call your name. They already have the list of people that's meant to have or do their interview that day. So they'll just call your name by turn by turn. You enter into the office, do your interview, then you ball out. So after that, you wait for 2 weeks, 2 good weeks, or 2 weeks and some days. Like I waited for 2 weeks and 2 days, two. What a coincidence. So you wait for 2 weeks and some days, or some people wait 1 week and some days, depending on how your own situation is. So you wait for 2 weeks highest, 2 weeks least I know of, 2 weeks least I know of. You wait for 2 weeks and maybe some days before your visa is ready. When it's ready, they'll give you 60 days visa. Like the 60 days they write on your visa is for to tell you that you have 60 days to leave the country. And for your visa to Ukraine, for your visa you have 60 days for your visa to expire. So it's also kind of a limit, because it's like saying you have 60 days to leave Nigeria. But I would advise you, maybe when you get your visa, you go buy dollar. When you buy dollar, you book your flights maybe next week after your visa, or next 2 weeks after you have gotten your visa. Because in Ukraine, I think I'll do a separate video, but I'll just tell you this part. In Ukraine, that's 60 days, that's 3 months, right? Yes, that's 3 months. If you don't have your resident permit before those numbers of days expire, you're going to be deported. So as soon as you get your visa, ball out of Nigeria. So yes, so because I fell victim, I spent like almost a month or two in Nigeria before I traveled. And so when I finally traveled, I had to start rushing to do my resident address, because luckily for me, I already had registered in the school, and the school was already behind, like backing me up. So when so we applied, but my visa expired during the process where we were waiting for it to come out. But since I already applied, so it didn't affect me. But for someone that hasn't applied already, like that haven't applied at all, and your visa is about to expire, definitely you are going to be either deported, or they'll ask you to pay fine, or they'll tell you to do visa extension, and that one is extra money. So to avoid extra expenses, just kukuma follow the process how it be. Thank you. Like, please, so don't stress yourself, just follow the process how it's meant to be. That's it. So that's the detailed process on how to apply for Ukraine. So that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. Thank you very much, and stay blessed. Bye.